What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video. PropsMadeEasy.com. Bet smarter, not harder. Drop a like down below because I already know you're going to love it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today is my birthday, and I have been pushing on y'all Aaron Gordon this entire NBA series that just happened. I've been telling you that he was going to hit that fantasy score. I even offered you $100 if he didn't, and he hit it last night. So I just wanted to start the video out by rubbing it in that I was right on that, and that everybody in the comment section saying he wasn't going to hit it sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Let's get straight into it today. Let's get into the NBA picks for today. There's a couple spots that really stick out to me early on that you're going to have to grab one of them before they get bumped up on Prizepicks, so you need to hurry up and get this in as quick as you can. But over on Props Made Easy, as you can see, only $15 a month. You got Jaylen Brown fantasy score at 36. That feels too low. Boston's going to come out tonight, and obviously they have to win. There's no other chance, or they're going back home. They got to win this game. Jaylen Brown and Tatum are going to come out, and they're going to hold it down for their teams. Jaylen Brown at only 36 is just too low. Plus, there's some offseason stuff that's going to happen after this series for Jaylen Brown, to where he's going to get big money. So he might be going somewhere else. He might be staying with Boston. Who knows? But either way, he's working on that big money. So he's going to have a big game here, I believe. His prop line feels just too low for me at 36. So I'm rolling with Jaylen Brown over 36 fantasy score. We have him at 37.67, a 1.67 differential. So not crazy high, but we do have him over the 36. Next up is Bam Adebayo. Now this is the one you need to hurry and get in. His prop line's at 17.5. Vegas likes the over at minus 140, which tells me this is going to bump up to 18, 18.5 eventually today. Um, Miami's going to be coming out just like Boston. They both are going to really be looking to win here. Miami wants to sweep Boston. You already know they want to make that statement. They want to sweep just like the Nuggets did and then go to the finals. Both these teams just on a high note. So Bam Adebayo is expected to have another good game here. Like I said, Vegas on the over at minus 140, which means that's going to be bumped eventually. And his projections at 19.1 on here. That's a 1.61 differential between where the prop line is and where we have him projected to do today. So it's a solid spot for him. So over on Jaylen Brown fantasy score, over on Bam Adebayo 17.5 is where we're going to start it out for basketball today. Let's look at hockey. I'm not sure if there's a hockey game on tonight. Let me see. Uh, so we have, yes, we do have a hockey game tonight. We've got Vegas and Dallas. So once again, I'll do one of the plays because there's not a ton of value. We only have one game, so I'm not playing a ton of hockey right now. But if you have to choose somebody, it would be over on Max Domi 1.5 prop line for Dallas. Outside of that, there's nothing much that really sticks out. That's the only green bet that's on Props Made Easy. That's the only bet I'd really care to sprinkle into, six picks or whatever else you got going on. All right, for baseball today, we've got Freddie Freeman at the top of the list going against Atlanta. He had an amazing game yesterday. We had him in our lineups, thankfully, and went off for our DFS stuff. If you're interested in daily fantasy sports content, you can find that at Props Made Easy right here at the DFS content tab. It'll bring you over to my other business, Greenlight DFS, and you can sign up over there to get the Greenlight Optimals, DFS Optimals, and stuff like that for DraftKings and FanDuel. But for the player props for today, Freddie Freeman's only at 7. His fantasy scores only like at 7 on Prize Picks, which feels too low. I mean, this is an elite batter, one of the best batters in the league, super consistent. Yes, he's going against Strider. So it's a tough matchup. That's why he's at the 7, because he's going against Strider. But the thing is, though, where Strider is amazing, gets those strikeouts, he's an amazing pitcher. He also, if you do make contact against him, it will leave the park pretty easily. So Freddie Freeman, if he makes contact against Strider tonight, he's going to easily hit that 7. That prop line is very low. We haven't projected at 10. So that fantasy score is very low for him. There are a couple bats here that are popping for me today, though. A couple guys that you could definitely roll with. Salvador Perez has been hitting the ball very well. He's only at 6.5. You've got Cedric Mullins at only 6 against the Yankees today. Who's pitching? Is it Garrett Cole? Let me see. Yep, Garrett Cole is pitching. That's why it's so low. So a lot of times you can take advantage of prop lines being extremely low if like a good pitcher, a good big name pitcher is pitching. We know Garrett Cole's a beast, but he also gets rocked from time to time. And Baltimore's a solid pesky offense that tends to do well against good pitching that you wouldn't expect them to do well against. So solid spot for them. Let's check out the prop types. Let's check out strikeouts. I do think Mackenzie Gore looks good at 5.5 against San Diego today. Um, I do think Bello is a good shot to go under the 5.5 against LA. Nothing crazy. Garrett Cole against Baltimore is only at 7K, so I mean that feels pretty good to go over as well. Let's see. Pitching outs. Nothing on pitching outs, pitcher fantasy, hitter fantasy score, total bases. We do have total bases. JD Martinez, who hit like 5 home runs yesterday, is at zero point 0.5 total bases. So all he needs is one base against Strider to hit that. That's interesting. Um, let's see. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go with a couple guys that have made me a lot of money lately. I'm gonna rock with Freddie Freeman still, even though he's facing Strider. He's only at a prop line of 7. I'm gonna go with over on him, and I'm gonna go over on Salvador Perez. The thing is it doesn't matter who Detroit is pitching today. It just doesn't matter. Salvador Perez has been too good, and Detroit doesn't have a single good pitcher. Okay, so at the end of the day, Salvador Perez at only 6.5 is just way too low. So over on Salvador Perez, 6.5 hitter fantasy score. Over on Freddie Freeman, 7. Pay attention to props made easy because as these other prop types like pitching outs, earn runs allowed, pitcher fantasy score, and all that comes out, you're going to get even more value. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Let's look at first inning runs. So far, right now in the first inning runs tool at Props Made Easy, it's got the Blue Jays and the Rays going over in the first inning, which makes sense. Barrios and Taj Bradley have gotten rocked in the first inning this season. Vegas likes the over in the first inning here. It's got an 8.5 over/under total. Both pitchers combined with a 6.8 ERA, which is not very good. That's first inning alone. 1.56 WHIP. 28 runs out of 48 games. Both these offenses haven't really scored a ton of runs in the first either. Um, I mean, sorry, they have scored a lot of first innings runs in the first inning. That's why it is a red. It is an over. So it's an 825 combined OPS, which is fantastic. That's the second highest OPS on the slate. Third highest. You've got the Dodgers and the Braves, who have been amazing in the first inning. Those teams combined have a high OPS in the first inning. Cardinals and Reds, Toronto Blue Jays, and Rays are all hitting pretty well. But yeah, the number one over that you want to take for first innings is Jays and the Rays. And then the under that I would go with would be the White Sox and the Guardians. You've got Cease and Logan Allen on the mound for that one. Both have been pretty solid in the first inning. No complaints there. Both offenses have not been hitting very good in the first inning. So yeah, you can definitely grab the under on first inning runs there. So under on White Sox and Guardians, and then over on Toronto Blue Jays and Tampa Bay Rays. Let's head over to CSGO. All right, over on CSGO. There's a couple spots that really look good to me. Look at this differentials on some of these guys. Well, we're going to start off with Steel for Case going against Red Canids. His prop line's at 28.5. We have him at 36.67, 8.17 differential. So he's expected to have a solid game here. Prop line feels a little low here at 28.5. I believe he averages like over 32, something like that. So good spot for Steel to be able to get hit this in maps 1 and 2. And then Suplex N1 for Meta going against Ninjas in Pajamas. 32.5 prop line. We have him projected at 40.43. So a big game expected for Suplex N1 as well. So over on Steel's maps 1 and 2 kills. Over on Suplex N1 for Meta kills as well in the maps 1 and 2. All right, let's WNBA. All right, so WNBA so far, all we have is points on Prizepicks. So that's all I can go off of in this video. All we have is the points prop type. As the day goes on, you're going to have rebounds, assists, PRA, all that good stuff added in. So pay attention to it because more value is going to really get added here. But we're going to start off with a couple top names on the list. We're going to go Natisha Heidman for Connecticut going against Washington. 6.5 prop line for points. We have her projected to drop 9, almost 10. 3.15 differential for Natisha. And then Alicia Gray for Atlanta going against Minnesota. Points is at 12.5. We have her around 15. That's a 2.55 differential. So those are the best differentials that you have for points. Early on in the day. Like I said, there's a lot more prop types that are going to drop as the day goes on. So make sure you're refreshing that Props Made Easy. That way, when these things come in, you can grab them early before they might be bumped or anything like that. So definitely like the over on Natisha and Alicia. Plus, they sound alike. So, hey. Soccer. All right, so soccer, we've been getting the same pretty much guys lately. I don't know if these games have played. I don't really stay up with if these games have started and stuff like that. So I have no idea. But once again, same kind of guys that are just in fantastic spots. You still got Kareem Benzema, who was popping for Real Madrid over 3.5. We have him around 4 shots on goal, not shots on target, shots in general. So Kareem Benzema over on that one, and then Reiner for Girona FC. This is a new one, under 1.5 shots. We have him projected at 0.91. He needs 2 shots to hit this. We have him at 0.9. Solid spot for him to go the under, minus 0.59 differential for Reiner. So under on Reiner, over on Kareem Benzema. Again, I'm going to keep rolling with Benzema. Just prop line at 3.5. He's just a solid player. Takes a lot of shots for his team. So he's a guy that you can rely on a good bit. So that's about it, man. It's been an amazing run. We've had an amazing week or so. CSGO has been ridiculous for a sport that I know nothing about CSGO. To be able to still make money through that just by using this tool is the whole point why the tool is here. So make sure y'all take advantage of that. Take advantage of the prop types you definitely, especially the ones you don't know anything about. CSGO, most of y'all probably don't know much about soccer either, but take advantage of those. Obviously, grab the best value as is available on the other prop types as well. Remember, get Bam Adebayo in pretty quickly. Let's do a recap. Let's go. Jaylen Brown over fantasy score over 36. Bam Adebayo over 17.5 points for NBA. Hockey, we're only really liking Max Domi. MLB, we don't have a ton to choose from here, so we're going to rock Freddie Freeman over the 7 and Salvador Perez over 6.5. We're going to go a couple hitter fantasy scores there. CSGO, we're going over Steel and over Suplex N1. Both of them have some high differentials. Both are expected to have solid games today. WNBA, you only got points. We're going over Natisha, over Alicia, over on both of their points. And then for soccer, we're going over on Kareem Benzema and under on Reiner. All right, thank you guys for joining me as always. Have a great day, and let's get this money. I'm out. Peace.